guys, welcome to Twinning Up the House. Today you've got Tara in Florida, and I am epoxying the driveway. Now, you'll notice down here that my driveway, you can see it's an asphalt driveway, but you can see all the white stones. And so it's starting to get a lot of cracks and soak up a lot of water. So what I need to do to make it look nice and dark again is I need to epoxy it. So I bought this epoxy at Home Depot. And the first thing I did, and why it looks so lovely, is because I have been out here for a while pressure spraying the whole thing. So I got all the dirt out of the cracks, I got all the dirt off the driveway, well, most of it, and then I started rolling and epoxying the driveway. So you can definitely see the difference. It's just like painting the driveway. And then I'm going to go back at the end and put an extra thing of asphalt in all the cracks and another coat of epoxy into the cracks. So, here we go. Okay, so I've been at this for a little while. It actually goes really fast, like as far as putting it on. I'm going to say I'm down here maybe 30, 45 minutes for this whole area. It's easy, it's just like painting. Now, the negative of this is the brand that I bought says 4 times more coverage than other brands. However, this area that I've done so far has been 2 of these giant cans. So the other brands must get you like 4 square feet. Not real sure. And it's not as thick as I kind of thought it would be, so it's really not filling the cracks at all. I'm definitely going to have to go back with asphalt filler and fill all of those cracks and then touch it up again. But so far, I spent $150 on 3 cans because that's what it said my driveway should use. I don't know if my driveway is just super thirsty, but 3 cans is not going to even do half my driveway, I think. So, from a budget standpoint, this one isn't quite working out so far. But I'm going to keep going and give you an update in a little bit. Hey guys, okay, so day 2, you can see where I stopped back there on the driveway. So now we moved all the cars to the other side, and I'm going to do this side today. So a few things that I've noticed. Definitely the power washing is a must. There's a crack over here that I didn't power wash so great, and the epoxy didn't go in there at all. The other thing I noticed is that you definitely have to go back with crack filler, or start with crack filler, because it, like this morning I came out and the ants had already come back through the holes. So I started on the crack filler this morning. So as you can see, it's the shiny stuff. So I'm going to have to maybe do that 2 times because some places I did great, other places not so much. And I'm going to have to put the epoxy back over top of that. So let me show you the crack filler. Okay, so the crack filler I got is this stuff, and it's speed fill. I had initially bought tubes of the crack filler, but I have a lot of cracks, and even using the caulk gun, it's kind of thick, so it really hurts your hands. But what I've learned on this stuff, doing part of my driveway now, is that you really have to shake it up well, because otherwise you end up with a whole lot of really thick stuff at the end and a whole lot of watery stuff at the beginning. So there's a balance, but in the land of shaking, this is super shake. But on the upside, it goes in really, really fast. So you can do a lot of cracks real fast. All right, well, that's my crack filler stuff, but now I'm going to go and pressure wash that side of the driveway. Okay, so the first thing I have to do before I do this side is power wash it. Now, this is my power washer. In the land of power washers or weird household devices, this is actually a really good one. You can clean your sidewalks. You can clean your house. They really are extremely useful and super easy to use. Now, the plug, of course, you're dealing with water. It's got all sorts of safety gigs. Mine was $120-something on Amazon. It's a pretty good one. It's not the most powerful one. I'm not going to be able, when I paint my house, I'm not going to be able to power wash my house with it because there's some stuff on my house and it doesn't really eat the paint off. But it was great for doing my soffits because those are the first thing I'm going to paint. So the note when you use a power washer, after you fight with your extension cord and get it all stretched out, put your cord, plug it in, but put it somewhere out of the way. You really don't want to be dragging this through puddles. And you really want to know how to plug it in properly too, which one-handed. It's got these buttons on the back on mine. You're supposed to test it, make sure it shuts off, should it be drug into a puddle, and then reset it, and then the little light comes on. I like always throw it up in the yard someplace. I've also stretched out my extension cord. Not all of it. You can see there's still one knot that I just gave up on. And then I have my hose all stretched out because it's really freaking annoying to run out of hose or cord by the time you reach where you're trying to reach. Now, super easy. Just got this little nozzle on the front of here. Twist this sucker on. Very honestly, I don't man tighten it. You'll hate yourself later. And what I mean by man tightening is, A, if you're a man, use every bit of energy you have to tighten this thing on. And B, if you're a woman, that entails either great arm strength, forearm strength, or using a wrench. Because if it gets man tightened, you're going to have to get a wrench to get it off. All these old nubbies are going to get worn out. And it's just going to be a freaking nightmare. If this leaks, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. All right. So now I'm going to turn my water on. You don't have to turn it on full blast. The pressure here, just turn it on a little. Pressure there doesn't dictate the pressure here. So you see, it's on. Like I said, it's leaking. Big whoop-de-doo. And now this thing has an on button, or on switch. When we turn it on, it revs up and then it shuts down. Now you might think that means it's broken. That's not true. It only turns on when you pull the handle, which will go into the next thing that I have to untangle. It's going to be this pressure nozzle sprayer. Everything's always tangled. Seriously? Now this is kind of fun. When you do stuff like that sidewalk, it gets all black and funky. So it's like you can see it. It's instant reward. This, not so much. I'll show you how the cracks clear out. And get this thing untangled. There we go. All right. So, pretty easy. You just got this trigger. And essentially, I'm going to do this one-handed because I'm holding the camera. You just pull it, and it starts up. Now, you hear how quiet it is? And also not forceful? As I just said, you don't have to turn the water on that hard. You got to turn it on a little bit. So, now that I got that all set up, I'm going to do this, and I will get back. Okay, now the one thing I want to emphasize here, when I say pressure wash, yeah, you got to get all the dirt off. You see the dirt going, but where you want to start is with the cracks. So see, like this is a crack I've already done. You can see that. Here's a crack that I'm not done. You really need to get in there. And I find a sweeping motion works the best. And clear all the dirt out, because nothing ever sticks to dirt. Like you've got dirt in there, and like plants, and it's just going to make whatever you put in there loose, come loose, and then the water's going to get in, or the ants are going to get out, or something like that. This is the best way to do it. Now, this is one of those projects you can have your kids help out on. Pressure washing is super easy, but you're going to have to work with this fascination that they have with spraying it in the air. So, might add a little time, but it's definitely something the kids can do. Right, Crawford? What? It's definitely something that you can help out with. Yeah. Totally. The boy child helps me clean the cracks, maybe not in the most efficient manner. I'm going to go back and start to fill. Yes, you will get mud in your face. It is advised you wear sunglasses. What's in my mouth? I'm going to fill this up. Probably dirt. Yeah. Go back over there. I'm trying to get that side to dry. Go to the other side. Again, having children help is nice. May not be the most efficient. Get back over to the other side. Try to get this side to dry. Okay. So I'm going to start filling the cracks over here on the side I already did, and then I'm putting another coat of sealant over top of it. So this is the stuff that I pointed out earlier. It has this little spout. I've already shook this one quite a bit, and I'm going to cut this spout. Now this spout is like super hard plastic. I don't know why they made it that way, but I've got a box cutter, and I'm going to cut it. So I cut it off halfway, and then broke it off the rest of the way. For my last time, I'm going to do it down this far because I put it up real high last time, and it was too slow. So this is going to be what I'm trying. Also, with this one, just take that thing off. It just gets in the way. All right. Now, like I said, I shook this thing up pretty well. I'm gonna go down here. You can see I filled a lot of these cracks. And then you just pour it in. It's very hard to do to hold a camera in at the same time, so I'm gonna take a little break from filming and just do this. Okay, so update. After I finished pressure washing, I had to run over to Orlando to do something with a house that I own over there. And then I came back, and in the dark last night, I finished putting the asphalt or the epoxy down on the other side of the driveway. Because on the weather, they said it was going to rain today. Well, when they said rain today, they meant rain at midnight last night. So it didn't dry, and now I have a weird leopard striped driveway because it only stuck where it dried. So I get to do that part again. The good news is that only takes like an hour. The better news is the stuff that I got, because I ran out of that other stuff, was cheaper and went on easier and covered more. So I'll go over that a little bit, but it's supposed to rain again today, although it looks crystal clear now, but apparently I'm not very good at telling when it's going to rain. And so it'll be another 2 days, is what the weather says, before it's going to not rain. So I'll be getting back on this in 2 days and finishing it up then. But in the meantime, I might fill cracks, because I think I can do that in the rain. Sometimes projects don't work out perfectly. Okay, so I've got some pretty significant cracking. Now, as I did this, I tried 2 methods. What it said to do was to put the stuff down and put it over top of it. So that's what I did here. So that's to put the crack stuff down in there, the crack filler, and then go over top of it. But then you get this clumpy, bumpy, crappy looking setup. So I didn't like that. So the next thing I tried was I actually, as I was putting down the sealant, I filled in the cracks. So I went and put it down wet and then just rolled the wet sealant over top of it. And as you can see, I think that worked pretty well. So that would be my recommendation. Now, I didn't fill them flat. So what I'm going to do this morning is go back down, fill them again in different places. In the part over there, I can't do much about this now. I'm stuck with the lumpy, bumpy, crappy looking thing. So what I'm going to do is put more filler in to each of these cracks and then roll it while it's still wet with the sealant over top and see if I can get it to look better than that, because that don't look good. I've been shaking this thing for about 3 minutes and I've worn myself out on this. And oh look, it still looks pretty runny. Well, let's just fill up the crack some and see where I get. It's actually creeping quite nicely. Alright, I'm going to work on this some more. But what I'm doing is I'm putting the stuff down the crack. While it's still wet, I'm getting the roller with the sealant on it and going back over top of it, because then it makes it nice and even and smooth. So let's see. This is the method I came up with for the best crack repair. Seal it, go back, put this on. If they're super deep, do one before, but don't let it dry. Let it get a little dry, but not too dry. And then you go back and look at that. Look how good that looks. Just like that. It's like almost invisible. As compared to if you let it dry and you get the super lumpies. I am happy with that. But I am not going to go back and do my whole driveway that way, so I'm only doing the other ones. But like I said, if the crack is deep, go ahead and fill it up once, and then come back and do this. Just don't overfill it, like underfill it. Because look, you do it that way, you can't even tell it's there. That's my suggestion. Well, that's it. I'm done. This was not an easy project. I mean, it was an easy project. It was just a terribly time-consuming project. It probably took me 4 hours to pressure wash my driveway. Part 1, I have my own personal pressure washer, not like a big high industrial grade one. Part 2, my driveway's train wrecked. I've got so many cracks, I really should get it like re-asphalted. And that was probably the problem with this. If you have a nice, smooth, minimal crack driveway, dude, this project's cheap and easy. But if you have as many cracks as I do, you have to spend a lot of time on the cracks. If you have a nice, smooth, minimal crack driveway about my size, I'm going to say you can get this thing done in about 6 hours. It took me someplace in the category of 8.
But I'm done now. And according to the package, I'll be done for the next 7 years. I'm still gonna have to fix cracks though. But thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe, please subscribe. That's a big thing for me so I can keep making these videos. And JJ will be pasting a video soon. Next up for me, I'm gonna start to paint my house with a paint sprayer. So you'll see that one. Thanks, bye.